Hey girls, doubling up on the videos this week, so just a little review from the Celtic match. Nothing too crazy since it was kind of pretty much a solid victory, and then we'll look at sjeb and how what to expect from them this weekend on Saturday's match. We'll get you one for Real on Saturday after your match. So just want to take a couple or look at a couple clips about opening space and switching the point of attack. So, again, they're not really too dense in terms of pressing us. So it's important for us to recognize where they do have a little bit of density. And, just want to show you guys once you see, this many, black shirts or this many opponents in that area, it's important to start to look at where the open space is and are we able to, find areas that we can attack. And Ella's over here. So can we maybe switch the point here? And then once you get the ball into the middle of the field, you can see how much space and how many players are there. It also avoids us having to transition to defend and do a 30-yard sprint back if the opponent does get the ball because our outside backs are high. So it's important for us to, keep moving the opponent so we don't have to do too many 30-yard, 40-yard sprints to get back. So again, finding the open player so we don't have to transition to defend. Erica's got some really good time and space here. Maybe Alexia can show yourself there a little bit more right back in this area. But again, it's recognizing once they have all their players, here and here, where's the open space for us to be able to play, to be able to find more success, and maybe against a team that's a little bit more organized and stronger defensively, it's important for us to find those open spaces. So it's a good start there. It's just the quality of the pass that we're playing here and opening up, maybe Erica coming over here so that Krista can get out there. And then obviously if they get the ball, Ella, then you would come out here. Again, so find that open player a little earlier so we don't have to do 30-yard sprints to get back and defend, which I think would be appreciated, by all of our defenders, especially, when they're in their build-up shape. And while it didn't amount to anything, it's just, again, taking a look at where we can find time and space to be a little bit more successful. Again, here's all their black shirts. You know, for me, maybe it's, Emma coming in off the shape here, getting the ball and then turning and then playing into space. Because now, again, it's just a counter attack that we're having to deal with. Again, doesn't amount to anything, but it's something we need to be aware of, against opponents that, maybe have a little bit of speed up top, which this weekend I'm sure we'll see. And we see how many opponents are here. Just show you one more time. An opponent's 8 if you count the center back. How can we get the ball out? So we can certainly play it right into Alexia there and come around. We can probably play it back to Ella here, open up, and Ella can even find Allie there because that's where there's open space. So it's can we do this quick enough to be able to find that open space? So Erica has that skill and ability to beat opponents, but you can see how many opponents are there. So maybe bringing the ball back around and going through would be a different option. Even though Krista's seeing it right here, here's the open space. She picks up her head to see, maybe we can play that ball, but maybe Ella can find the open space here with Ashley, a little bit easier because we're just constantly playing it right back into pressure. So again, we just want to make sure we get the ball away. So just recognizing punts and goal kicks because this weekend you'll probably see some of those as well. We've clipped this type of thing before, so our forwards are here, midfielders are here, and as the ball goes up in the air, it's not even really that well hit. You can see how far our back line is as well. So there's just way too much time and space, for them to be able to get on the ball and potentially create something. And if this player is a little faster and picks up speed, you never know, what we'd have to deal with. Very similar here. Never a problem for a forward to be up there. Ali actually wins the first one. But again, remember, this was a goal kick. And now we have all this space here, from Ashley. And so if Ella goes, now, there's even more space left over. So, it's making sure that Alexia and Erica slide over as well, making sure Emma tucks in, maybe dropping a midfielder to cover as well once Ella goes, because now you can see this is a situation we never really want to be in. So it's once Ella goes, it's important to make sure we drop back Krista and be a right back, drop back and just rotate into positions and, make sure we're covering for each other. And again, we handle it fine, but I think all of you would rather not do a 40-yard sprint, at any point in games, because we're, obviously we want to save our energy to try and attack. So hopefully that's just a couple of points for you guys to take into the weekend. We'll take a look at SJAB versus Sporting Delaware, just taking a look at their build up and their goal kicks. If we have numbers up there, their center back's going to hit, clip the ball, hit the good ball into about the midfield. So we just want to make sure. And again, that's just to the last point of the Celtic match on goal kicks, making sure that we're stepping up our line. Pretty good at transitioning to attack for us, and you'll see a couple of clips. Really important that we really take advantage of their wide areas. As I told you last night, they'll have trouble against us if we're able to, move the ball, switch the point of attack, and get it to wide players. But just a quick little counter for them, nothing, just a deflection, and forwards able to make something happen out of it. Just something out of nothing, goal scored just from winning the ball. So you can rewind that and take a look at it. Another one here. They have numbers in the middle of the field. Quick on the ball, quick to counter, quick to cut, and quick to take the shot. So again, just always alert to them. Always alert to them, and they're transitioning to attack. Just their goalkeepers punt. One of their goalkeepers punting to about half field. So just recognize miss hit there. So punish it anytime that happens. And you can see how the wide areas out here become really important, even when their goalkeeper punts the ball. Goalkeeper does a goal kick, not very far. So just recognizing these situations. Second half, the second goalkeeper, same thing, about half field. So you can see how spread out this Delaware group is after it was a punt. So we need to make sure that our lines are, one forward here, wing, midfielders, back four. We should look like that when they do one of their punts. Take a look at their defensive shape. So they're in a 4-2-3-1, just in case anybody's wondering. So, the three are here, the two are here, and then their back four are here and here, and then the one forward up there. So just recognizing how they're playing. A 4-2-3-1 can sometimes be narrow. So when they win the ball, they have plenty of numbers to pass the ball. And again, that's why it's important for us to look for wide areas, because look at this area to counter their 2v2 here. So if we clear the danger and put the ball into our forwards, we should have a little bit of joy with that. Those clips. So that's the Delaware's goalkeeper. And again, she plays the ball forward. So if we're playing the ball up and in, let's recognize that we have outside backs, we have wingers that can get into the attack. So don't go into them, make sure, Ali, Emma, Madison, Daphne, if you're playing there, Michaela, make sure that we're finding this wide area, because you can see how much success against one player they could potentially have. Even this ball right here, a back pass, we can run into this space now and play the ball in there and create something. So that's them in their build up, loss of possession, and then you can see outside back can come out wide. A forward can even come out wide. Okay, so similar to the review versus Celtic, finding that open space and playing quickly will give us a lot of possession in their half, but also make them defend us a little bit more. There's one more of those clips. If we punt the ball, or even if we're in build up, just one little header, and they have a forward running off to the races. And while their center backs are good defenders and good get the ball poked away, they can't do it for 90 minutes. So just restarts. And I apologize when I picked this video, didn't realize how far it was going to be. So you can see they're set up to defend. There's area right in the six there that we can potentially find. So just as we deliver the ball in, let's make sure we have 1, 2 players running into the six. Here's them defending a restart. You can see all the numbers they have here. This goalkeeper in the second half has some pretty good range to come out. So just make sure we're there, have someone on the goalkeeper, and are aware of any transition. On the defensive corner, numbers there, and you can see how they're going to start the counter on their corners. Forward's just going to run wide. I think that's number 12. So she creates some things on the dribble. So how they set up their set piece, pretty organized. So maybe we can have an overlapping player. But then if we're going to serve it, let's just make sure we get it right into that area, right on the edge of the six. First half goalkeeper was okay. Not as good of range as the second half goalkeeper. And then look at potential jailbreak situations where they can get off to the races in transition. Free kick area here. They may leave this gap open. Depends on which side. Certainly just a shot there, and the goalkeeper just a deflection. So wide area here, as we talked about last night. Making sure we have our line, Addie Hunting or Erica Hunting, and then the line is either stepping up, depending on the flight of the ball, or dropping back. Just recognizing that we've got to stay with our marks. Another free kick here, just trying to get in behind, and they scored an own goal. So again, they're going to be dangerous on set pieces. Make sure we're ready for it. Numbers here, they stack players here, someone running deep from the back post and one on the goalkeeper. So you can rewind that, take a look at it, but just recognize that they have the potential to make some things happen. Good in the air on some corners. See the numbers that they had stacked here, and they're running in, and it's just a header on frame. So again, hopefully this is helpful to you guys. I apologize for doubling up with the two different clips. Get in touch with any questions, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys play this week.